Hello and welcome to Let's Be Honest with your host, JustJohnda. And I am back for part two of our 2025 Grammy night fashion review. And I am so excited to be jumping off our new season and starting the year with doing the Grammy fashion review because that is how the Fashion Drama Diaries on Facebook, which is sort of the parent of how this whole thing spun off, began 10 years ago in 2015 with fashion reviews and talking about the Grammys Empire parties. Yes, that was when Empire premiered, and doing show reviews, and of course, as always, adding commentary because it was really great to watch shows, talk about the scandal was huge at the time, so it was fantastic to talk about those things and add the legal commentary to it, reality shows, and all of those things. And so, in honor of that, yes, we have a lot of cases to discuss, and we are definitely going to jump into those. The schedule is packed with the different things that we have to catch up on, and I'm so excited to do it. But we're going to also make sure that we keep injecting the fun. So, what better besides our Grammy night friends? And I guess I should have said Grammys because it's not a Grammy. Well, I guess you get a Grammy award, but it's the Grammys. Okay, so our Grammy Awards fashion hails and fails. And for those of you who aren't familiar with those, that is my thumbs up, thumbs down. We either hail you as amazing or you fail. And we have added new for 2025, bless your heart, which is somewhere in between. We don't want to completely fail you. We actually kind of feel bad for you. There's a couple of those, but I don't give those out easily because, especially when it comes to the access that these individuals have, especially when you get to some of these folks who've been on the red carpet many times, there are no excuses. So there are no cut cards over here. And as we go through this award season, in between talking about the cases and all the other stuff we're going to talk about, we've got lots of good stuff planned. We are definitely going to bring on some of our faves from the page and beyond to talk about it. Hope to have some of our stylist friends to jump in as well. When I watched this, the 4.5 felt like $1 million telecast. I had our buddy Riri on. Those of you who have listened to the podcast, you know that she comes in from time to time, and she and I definitely have a great time with all the shows, and so we are definitely going to do that. Show that I am going to jump in for you all this weekend because again, we're going to get to the serious stuff, but there's some shows we're going to talk about. Love Island, Australia. Not enough of the people in the U.S. are talking about that. I want to get that conversation going because that show is off the chain. I'm sorry, not Love Island. Did I say Love Island? Screw Love Island. Not talking about that. Married at First Sight, Australia. It is already on. They are on. I watched this morning episode 8 because over there the show is so popular, and in the UK as well. It comes on like 4 nights a week. I am like losing my mind that the next episode isn't going to be until Sunday. I can't take it. The show is so great. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get in back into our fashion review. So we are going into print. So we've done couples, we've done nudes, we've done blacks, and I mean black clothes people. Now we are going to get into some prints. Who did them right? Who did them wrong? And who, maybe we'll get them a pass and give them a little bless their hearts. So let's get that popping with somebody who did prints done right. Your girl and mine, Miss Cardi B and Roberto Cavalli Couture. Uh, Cardi rarely gets it on the red carpet these days. I mean, that's really her thing. We don't see her make music much, which I'm not mad at her. I'm not, hating on it. But damn, if her team doesn't get on the red carpet and they get on the red carpet, this is fantastic. This was a combination of old Hollywood glam with the outfit. I feel like somebody like Cheetah Rivera would have loved this. Some of the older glam girls would have absolutely loved this. The way that she has this tiger print in, of course, this luscious, rich material, and then the feathers. This is the way you do feathers. Fantastic. And her posing, she knew what to do with her face, everything. She didn't give us big, ridiculous hair, none of that. She gave us perfectly coiffed Hollywood grams. The makeup was this it gets an absolute hail from me, and it is Prince done right. If you're gonna do Prince and you're gonna make it modern, yet with a throwback feel, this is the way you do it. This is glamour personified, and if you don't agree with me, too damn. And then we have Kali Uchis, also in Roberto Cavalli. You know, it's like the song, how could something so right go so wrong? My love. I'm not gonna sing the whole song. I mean, but it really works. I got that from a Jermaine Jackson song, and it works for this. Why did you do what you do when you did what you did to me? Because I feel she did this to me. You take leopard print and you make me and the leopard angry. And literally the same designer who obviously he does animal prints so well and decided to do it. There was just bless her heart. And I don't even mean that giving her bless her heart. This is a fail, but it's bless her heart. It's, I'm and then we have Shakira. Now, Shakira and Etro is so bad that I want to go back to the girl in the last one and say, okay, you know what? That's all right. And with this, I don't even think in looking at it again, because now I'm giving it an even harder look than I'd already given it. By the way, feel free to go in the comments. I love seeing you all in the comments. I pay attention to the comments. I interact with you. So by all means, please go in the comments, especially if you have questions or if you have something to say, I'll put your comment on the screen. It's we like to keep it interactive over here. So, uh, and like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, Shakira. Now that I look at this, I don't even know if this is necessarily a print. It the more I look at it, it seems like a very closely fitted in terms of the overlay, um, an orange leotard with a lace tablecloth in black thrown over it, kinda cut up to look like this is just bad. You got the hair, you know, the hair is always overwrought, and it's like a bad '80s perm, and the color, and just again, she stresses me out. Sheryl Crow, you know what? I'm fine with it. Sheryl Crow and Missoni. It's simple. It is Cheryl. All Cheryl wants to do is have some fun, and I have a feeling the party begun when she got there. I'm good with it. She's got her beachy hair. She's got her outfit. It looks like she's ready to go to a party. It's not gonna be hard for her. She doesn't need handlers. She is just there because all she wants to do is have some fun. I'm with it. It's age appropriate. It's the Grammys. You don't have to be overly whatever. I mean, you could say it's a little underdressed. I'm sure if we saw it closer, it probably, and I'm peering at it, probably has a little sheen to it. It's not like flat, just plain old material. But again, Sheryl Crow, simple necklace. Love the ring. She's fine in my book. I'm gonna give it a hail because we like Sheryl Crow around here. In our next section, it is called "We Liked the Performance Look Better." There's only a couple of people that, fell into this category. We talked about Doechii earlier. I'm sorry, Doechii earlier. We like everything she did, across the board, but, there was a couple of people where their performance looks were way better. First and foremost, Teddy Swims. I'm not sure if I lost control over his red carpet look because it just had way too much going on. It had buttons and it had bumps. I don't I don't know. It looked like he had on too many clothes. I felt like he was sweating. His pregnant wife was muy, muy, muy gorgeous. But, yeah, it just felt like he had on way too many clothes, and the clothes he had on were doing way too many things. Cool boots, though. But I definitely lost control in a good way over his stage look. I loved that jacket. It was great. It fit the mood, especially with the song and the band and the dark and the smoke and him just up there singing his face off and the big roses, and it just it just worked. I love that look. So, he definitely, uh, hit the mark for me with I like the stage look better. We all like Teddy Swims, right? We all love the song and the Brother Got Soul and all of that. Great. But, uh, yeah, like that better. Cynthia Erivo. I am going to try to address this without offending anyone, and if I do, eh, just know that is not the intent, but you just gotta call it the way you see it. Her initial outfit on the red carpet, not so much because she has a bald head and it's very, 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 very small, but literally when you add those 2 things, because later on they're fine, and we'll get to that. When you add those 2 things to this long robe with the silver little crop top, which under different circumstances would have been cute, it is given, "Welcome to our planet." It is a full-on alien vibe, like, she a part of the Senate on some alien planet, and, it's the whole thing, and it's because of what she is wearing. It does not complement her current aesthetic, and, and just everything just made that worse. So, not digging it at all, and it was just too much, too ropey and whatever, and again, I think this would've worked on someone else. It's not a terrible look, it's terrible on her. On the flip side, she went back to the glam that we have been loving from her on the red carpets for Wicked and the openings. This Louis Vuitton I will say this, on the red carpet, it was good. On the stage, I'm not 100% positive if that was, just in time for the show. I couldn't, find who did that. That dress was fantastic in every way. The velvet, the way that it lit the balloon, the whole thing, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, the Chief's final dress as well. The shoes, the hat, and, her voice is magnificent, so, that speaks for itself. The jewelry, everything was lush, rich, and full, and just, ooh, I love it. I covet that dress. I want it, I want it, I want it. Haley Khalil and Mark Bauer. We're getting into our basic section, obviously. That's what it was. It was just, she had her hair up in a ponytail and had a dress. I feel like, yeah, there's a train on it to try to make it a little more glamorous, but I feel like it's not gonna be very hard to find edge, and that's why I needed to flip that, so it's 1 too soon. Again, this is the just basic section. That's just it. Plain white, just basic. Taylor Swift and Vivienne Westwood. It was basic for me. In the back, fringes, in the front, I have a teenager, and this is like every other homecoming dress. Hers cost a lot more because it was Vivienne Westwood, and I'm sure they used materials that are way more expensive than the ones used by, some of the websites that the girls go to, but it just looked basic. And I mean, granted, that's what her fans love. Those are, the high school girls who love her. The little thing on her leg that said, up close what was on her leg, but honestly, unless somebody zoomed in on it, it looked like a rash. So not impressed by that. Everything was basic. The shoes, everybody wears those proms, whatever, maybe with a blockier heel. Nothing done to the hair that made any sense given the dress, because if you're going to go with a dress that's giving kind of young homecoming, then give us some younger, fresher hair. Make the hair bigger, get a weave, do something. I don't know, but everything else was just big. I mean, nice to see her in her color. I think that, this particular picture, she looks a little washed out, but in fairness to her, um, she didn't appear that way. The makeup was done well. She wasn't particularly tan, but, the makeup was done well. This particular photo is just a little brighter because I wanted to, you all to be able to see, the thing on the leg, which is kinda hard to see in most photos. Coco Jones, beautiful girl, but I have seen her wear a look like this in almost the same color at every single event she has been to since she hit the scene. We need something different. The hair was beautiful. It's giving Black Barbie. Love that. Face card never declined. She's gorgeous. The skin is doing what the skin is supposed to do. The body is bodying. We're all good with that. But boring, because I feel like I've seen her wear this in brown, in gold, in nude. I get it, it's her look, but she can wear other things. And also, it's not like she's short where she's stuck only wearing certain kinds of things because of the height issues or anything like that. She's got the body for it, all of that. So I can't let this one go. I'm not going to fail her because she does look beautiful, but it's boring and it you know what? I'm gonna fail her because actually, those buckles to me makes it look a little cheap. By the way, this look was done by Defiance. I hope she doesn't defy anybody's advice who tells her to do something else. Kelsey Ballerini and Tamara Ralph Couture. Um, Again, looking basic, that, opening, it flattens her out, so it's not even very flattering to her. It looks like it's literally pulling her breasts apart with the way that the dress is made. So, not feeling that at all. The hair is, it's whatever. Um, I did add an additional picture to of her because this coat, although she wore it down like a wrap, but it has sleeves, was beautiful. That was beautiful, and actually, if they had reworked that top a little bit, this might have been a hail for me just because of the coat. I think that the strong black and 2 different textures, not only the strong black with the white and the 2 different textures, her skin is somewhat pale, the blonde hair, the shoes, the idea of it works, but the black dress that they chose to complement it throws off the entire look because it's not flattering to her. JT, basic. The top and the jewelry were taking us somewhere. And then you just have this skirt that's what the hell? It's just a mess. It looks cheap. It is not giving anything. Her face is beautiful. The hair is beautiful. It's a lot because that top is so cool, and I would have liked, and you wanna just see the top do what it do because that top is almost poured on her. a molten liquid, which is a very cool effect. Um, but the skirt just F's that completely up. I'm not even sure what I would have wanted under that. Quite frankly, maybe just have the maybe just have that dress come all the way down and see what they could have done with it. Have the top turn into a full dress with that whole just dripping and beautiful, um, liquidy looking, um, steel, on her, but yeah, not a fan of that. I do like the jewelry though. The cross is a little big, but, she's a rapper, so you expect I'm willing to let that go. I'm even willing to let the hair go. I don't hate the hair, it's just a lot because I like the top so much, but that skirt it's just ugh, it's a mess. Basic AF, Grace Bowers, my God, and Gabbana. They don't like it. In fact, nobody likes you. The people who let you do that to your hair, and I'm not saying nobody in fans or somebody likes you, but the people in your life who saw you do this to yourself or allowed somebody else to do this to you, they don't like you. Fire everybody. Fire the people who you think are your friends, your family, all of them. Anybody who was complicit in this got to go. I don't care if they're related to you. They've gotta go. It's your mom, she's gotta go. Fail, by the way. Saint Vincent and Vintage Giorgio Armani, another one. Fire everybody. Everybody's gotta go. I don't care if it's vintage. It was ill-fitting. It made her breasts look lopsided. Putting the socks on with the stockings, I know it's supposed to be itchy, but it didn't work. It would have probably been better to just have the stocking stop and the white you see at the bottom be her skin. The gloves were stupid. They didn't do anything with her hair, the shoes, it made no sense. This was just awful. Everybody in your life hates you, and you need to get rid of them before they make everybody else hate you. Nikki Glazier, I know that she is in her glow up season, but and of course, you get a Stella McCartney dress, you're like, "Woohoo!" Yeah, this looks stupid. This literally looks like a balance on her shoulder. You can't unsee it, can you? It looks like a valance on her shoulder in your grandma's valance colors in your grandma's bedroom. This is just bad in every conceivable way. And then the hair being droopy, it looks like it's wet. It looks like the girls I went to high school with that came to school with wet hair in the wintertime. Uh, just a mess. The makeup, if there is any, especially with this color, it's washed out. This is just bad. It's basic, but it's also bad. Although, and it's a lot done. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but she still ends up looking basic, a balanced mess. The fellas were giving fashion and a few who tried. So let's see. Now this is a sort of younger group of fellas, uh, teens to maybe millennial-ish. And then we have another section later for some of the old players. They needed their own section because ooh child. So let's start with Shaboozey. Love it. Love it, love it. First Grammys, wonderful that he won. This look was by Diesel. Love it. Love the fit, the tailoring, the scarf. It works. I know the top is monochromatic, even though there's a little black shirt underneath there. Um, this was great. The pants, he didn't do the tight pants thing, but he didn't uh overly loose so that he would be, off trend by wearing the too loose, pants the way a lot of others do, especially the older ones. Um, this was great, great fit. Diesel did him right. It's young, it's fresh. It's my first, Grammys where I'm winning. Um, Fantastic, love it. Little country, little rock and roll, whole 9 yards, and the colors look great. They look rich. Don't look broke. Rich the Kid. I did that was not planned for me to say that. Rich the Kid in Anakiki. Um, I don't like it. I like different. Like this. Again, you're doing big look, but there's a way to do the big look where the look makes sense, as opposed to just looking like you're wearing some giant costume. And I think part of where this falls apart is that they could have still done the big look with the jacket and all of that, because it's really more so just the fact that you have it sort of like a wide wingspan at the top coming off of the shoulders. The problem is the sleeves are not tailored, so the sleeves, look too long, and then the pants, are way too baggy, especially given the type of shoes, that he was wearing. So, I'm gonna have to fail this. I saw where it was going. This needed to be on a much taller person. I don't even think if they tailored this a little bit better that it would work. Um, I appreciate, that he went fashion-y and it's the Grammys and he's having some fun with it. They just didn't, they just didn't set this off right on him. It could have potentially worked tailored a little better, even though I think it's still the person still might need to be a little taller. But nice try. Imma give you that. Benson Boone in Dolce& and Gabbana, he stole the stage. He was fantastic. This is giving 70s porn star, and I like that for him because that is his whole vibe. It's this is a 70s porn star, but dressed up going to an award show. With that mustache and the hair, the whole thing. Um, so I like this on him. It's fun. It seems to be his personality, and it looks like it's loose enough that if he wanted to, he could do one of those flips in it. Jacob Collier, he's young. It's the Grammys, and we're Chase Stokes in Dolce& and Gabbana. I like the fact that this was green, with the white. I don't know if I'm a big fan of where the pants are sitting on the waist. I mean, I get it. It's just it just I get that look. I'm fine with that. It's just a little odd on him. Either his it sort of shrinks him a bit. It's just something about the fit with that. But it's a cool look. Not my fave, not my worst, but it's a cool look. Troy Sivan in Prada. Okay. I mean, he wanted to be shiny and lilac, and you're shiny and lilac. Okay. You achieved that. Jaden Smith, Louis Vuitton. This again, remember I mentioned in video one that my opinion of the Smith kids was probably going to be different than a lot of people's. Maybe not everybody's, but a good number of people based on what I saw online. Loved Willow. Love him. I'm now the headpiece, not so much. I'm with everybody on that, and part of that too is because I wouldn't have wanted to sit behind it. That would annoy me if I finally got to go to the Grammys and I was anywhere near where that obstructed my view. Although I would assume that, especially given the fact that the show was 4.5 hours, he probably had it off more than he had it on. This is you walk the red carpet, you have it on for a couple of audience shots, and then that's pretty much it. And of course, this is a part of the look. This is the stylist. People try to be like, oh, the Smith kids are so weird or whatever. The Smith kids have huge modeling contracts. They both do. So nothing they do in terms of the things that they wear is by accident. including the fact that he's in Louis Vuitton because I'm not sure if he still does. I'm assuming he does since he's wearing it, but he has had a Louis Vuitton contract for years. If he doesn't still, I guess he still wears it and has a relationship with so okay, headpiece aside, I love the suit. I love the silhouette of it. I love the roundness of it. It is different. He can pull it off because he is long and lean, but it doesn't make him look skinny because he's a very thin kid or a young man. He's older now. Um, this suit is fantastic to me. I think that people were obviously distracted by the castle on his head, but the suiting of this, the fit, the pants, the jacket, and again, that roundness of it is a little different. It's a little cool. It almost has like fun, kind of cartoony. Someone also mentioned a Charlie Chaplin-y. Just, mm, I dig this suit, and I especially dig it on him because he has the body for it. Again, being the long and lean. This is great to me. Headpiece notwithstanding, I get it. So I'm just I'm gonna let it go. It does not offend my sensibilities in the same way that it does everybody else. Trevor Noah and Giorgio Armani. Of course, he's wearing the Armani blue. I love it. Is it the Armani blue? I believe it is. It's hard to see, but I think it is. Um, I love this look on him, and this is what when I talk about the jacket with the pattern top and the flat bottom, this is what I was talking about in video one with who was it? With John Legend, where he had the brown suit, he had cool pattern. It wasn't an overwhelming pattern, but it just would have been better if the pants were flat. Whether it was in the darker or the lighter of the pattern, I just didn't want it to be matchy-matchy on the top and the bottom. This is done right. If this jacket and those pants match, he would look like a freaking clown. But the way this is done, fantastic, handsome guy, the colors, the fit, everything, and, freshly steamed. It's like they were waiting to make sure everything was perfect. Nice lapel, I can't tell, looks like a pen. Um, and of course, I love that he's still wearing his hair a little bit longer. He just looked fantastic. Just bravo. Hail, hail, hail. Tori Kelly in Valdrin Sahidi. I can't even remember. I don't even think I put her in this section for any other reason. I just wanted to mention that this was a whole lot. It aged her a lot and very old. I understand that she's been through some things, so I'm gonna give her a pass, and I'm just gonna say bless her heart, but this was a lot of clothes. And I'm not saying everybody needs to be naked. I'm just saying it just feels like the sleeve, this, the layers, the draping, blah blah blah. Now again, the Oscars worn by Helen Mirren, Meryl Streep, any of those girls, Glenn Close, any of them. Hell, even in Nicole Kidman. Um, any of the glamazons of a certain age, I'd be down with it. But on her, it just feels like it ages her so much and hot. It's like it ages you and is giving me hot flashes looking at you in it. Nia Sue in Kwame Adusei. Now Nia Sue, we know her from Dance Moms. Again, through the same era for the 17-year-old, she grew up watching Dance Moms, and of course, loved all the girls and loved Nia. I thought that this was a cool look. I'm not really sure it's for the Grammys, but it's not like she was nominated, performer, or anything. So it was cool. I would wear this. That's the other thing that I like about it is that this is something that I would 100% wear. I actually and I for in this color, in what looks almost like a sweater material, I probably wouldn't necessarily the fit that I wore to would be formal, formal, but this in pretty much any other color and possibly in a jersey, although in jersey it would feel like it's been done before. but this in black in a jersey, with this same silhouette would kill, and, I can think of a few other colors as well, but I'm partial to black. But very nice, Nia. Nice to see you. She's a recent college graduate, I believe last spring from UCLA. Fernanda Jimenez in Low. I like this. I like the fact that it was blue. I like the big belt buckle. Um, the hair was, it's retro, little Amy Winehouse. I have a feeling given her overall aesthetic, that's probably what she leans into. But this was cool. This was giving me a little bit of a mod, especially because of the hair. So I like this. I'm interested to see how you all feel about it. I can see where this would get some mixed reviews, but this is one of those things that works on the person who's wearing it. And so you look at the person, you look at their aesthetic, what their sort of performance personality is, and just kind of their overall thing, and it works for her. So I really like this on her. So hail. Casey Musgraves in Ralph Lauren collection. This is giving me throwbacks to the very cool, very simple Sharon Stone days with a t-shirt and tuxedo pants and different things. I actually like this. I like how it was styled with her hair, just the simple part. She's got the white girl bust down, or the country bust down, really. Um, uh, in the t-shirt and the skirt giving it's ornate. The only thing I would change about this is the belt. That's the only thing that throws me off with this because I like the whole vibe, and I think the skirt is actually very pretty. It's the belt. I wish that it was a different belt, even if it was an initial belt. Give me a designer belt or Ralph Lauren. Make her some kind of cool. I'm sure the belt probably is Ralph Lauren, but that's the only thing I would change. But I dig it. So hail Casey Musgrave. Zed in Dolce and Gabbana. Yeah, you're giving Zed Deborah Cox and For the Stars Fashion House. Now Deborah. Now Deborah, with the year that she has had, reminding the world that she sings her face off in the Wiz, and I saw it live. Woo! I can't even. I'll go down a rabbit hole that I won't come back from. This was a hot ass mess. For the Stars Fashion House must be in the back of the USA in the outlet mall near where she lives. The shoes, I mean, everything about this is bad. Even the wig is giving Vivica Fox collection. It is just bad. And on top of it, because of where the dress cuts and all of that, it's not flattering to her body from top to bottom. It's not flattering to her up top. It's giving awkward with the legs, especially because of these shoes. I'm just gonna stop talking about it because it's just I know it's probably getting to the point to sound like I'm being mean and cruel, and I'm not. It's just this whole look was mean and cruel to me, and we're gonna get to some others later that hurt my feelings. Never hurt my feelings in this, even more so than the person earlier in the leopard dress because I don't know her, but Deb, we know you, girl. How did we get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here, Deborah. Monet McMichael. This is in Sophie Couture, by the way. Um, and again, we obviously are in a section where we're looking at things that are a bit ornate, that have pieces and things and bowls and beads and what have you. I don't think that this does anything for her. Doesn't do her any favors in terms of just the silhouette. I also think it ages her. And, um, although I like the hair up off her face because her face is mwah, um, it but it should've they should've gone bigger once they did that in terms of how they did her pony because with it being so tight, it's giving prom hair. It's giving prom hair with the grandma dress. It's giving I was going to a flapper party. Hello, everyone. Feel free to jump in the comments. I'd love to put yours on the screen so you can tell me what you like. Yeah, uh, I could see someone's mom, maybe even hers, getting this to wear to a Harlem Nights party. But yeah, it did nothing for we are now in the old men's section, and I hate to do this because I don't consider Will Smith to be an old man. He's only a few years older than me. But he ain't 60. Let's go there. Babyface and Will Smith were both in Balmain, and I'm like, "Balmain, what the hell?" And Will Smith doesn't even usually dress like this. Let's start with this because Babyface does kinda dress like this and, with his baggy player pants. But Will Smith doesn't. Will Smith is usually very well suited, even if he just gives us a nice suit or a tuxedo. Sometimes he'll try and do something a little different, but for the most part, um, we don't usually have to beat up on Will about what he's wearing. It's usually like, okay, oh, he looked really, really good because he decided to like do give you his full A-list glory, like on the Oscar red carpet or he may like do something a little different with a color or something. But this is literally Jermaine or Marvin Jackson. And it's just like the um and again, Babyface, this isn't something that I consider to be out of the ordinary for Babyface. The pants are way too baggy. They're weird. They just look downright too big. I mean, the crotches of the pants is practically between his knees. So I think there's several issues going on with the pants. The jacket is just stupid. Balmain just took you all's money and to just laugh at you in it. Yeah, just wow. Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady is another one that usually keeps it simple. I'm assuming that his ex-wife's boyfriend that they share or whatever not help to dress him before he left. 'Cause this is a hot mess. It looks like Wayne may be a little pointy around the middle. Maybe he felt like he needed to hide that, so he put on this bizarre green borderline eggplant giant butt clown suit. I'm just not sure what this is supposed to be. Very disappointed in Wayne Brady. Huge fail because again, like Will Smith, Wayne doesn't usually do anything that makes you go, you know, yay or nay with him. But this was just stupid. And he was on Broadway this year as well. He played the Wiz in The Wiz. So, and he stays working. He's got a reality show. But, oof, just a mess. He looked better when he was going down the spirit tunnel in the Jennifer Hudson show. Ricky MF, and I hate to say that 'cause he is, he's one of our gospel faves in custom editorial James. Who is editorial James? Why is this custom anywhere? And what the entire hell? This is the companion piece and the companion color to Nikki Glazier's um, balance dress. This is a mess from head to toe. This is an old pimp with bizarrely skinny legs. If you look at the pants, you see where its pants end and the coat ends. This is a mess. I said to Riri when we were watching this that I could literally take off 4 things right off the gate, and this would still be problematic. If we took off the overcoat, the medallion, the gaiters. and the hat, this would still be problematic. And she and I were betting, but I think that I'm gonna go with her on the money on this one. We're gonna bet money that underneath all of that, underneath the coat that is covering a blazer, there is probably a, there is probably a vest as well. So it is this is wow. I'm just gonna stop talking about it because, he's a man of the Lord. Damn, you are everything I read about at church dress. This is Easter Sunday at every church I went to growing up, and still many that exist today. Ooh, Lord have Busta Rhymes. He's in this old player with too much section because there's too much going on now. We know Busta, he been going through some mess and out of trouble lately and everything. We also know he's trying to bust down weight. We see, you can look at him and tell that he's not as swole as he has been in the past years. And I would have seen him have on so much. I think that I know that the jacket, you can tell just based on the design of it, is supposed to be loose, so I'm not gonna say that needs to be more closely tailored because you can just tell based on the way it buttons and everything that it's supposed to fit loose. But with that and the long scarf, it's giving Golden Girls. He is giving me Dorothy Zbornak, especially with the oversized brooch. The gloves are unnecessary. You can tell that the pants are baggy. It's just too much going on. And so he ends up instead of giving woo-ha, he is giving thank you for being a friend. Grammy goers who needed editing, they just had too much of everything, just too damn much of everything. Now we know that Ricky Dillon definitely did, but I put him in the old player section because that was just appropriate. But here we go. You're gonna see a couple of repeats here too. Chapel Roan, vintage John Paul Gaultier haute couture. I get thing that she tries to do. She's giving us the whole, face with the makeup of, like like the Renaissance. Really, more of the Harlequin dolls, really, because I have several, from have them. So she's giving us that face, the white face, and you know, and the makeup, so it looks like those dolls. I get it. Again, I get the whole shtick. Um, I just think that the face and the headpiece and the dress is a lot. Now, again, the stylist put this together. It's probably all supposed to go. I just probably edited something, even if it's just the headpiece. Because everything else, even the black ribbons, all of that is actually a part of the dress. Um, I so I probably would taken away the headpiece, even though it does look like it matches the dress, but there's something that's gotta go. Maybe gloves, something. Again, the dress I get, it's just, I Cyndi Lauper did it. Did I say that? Um, Charlie XCX, it's not so much that she had on so many things, is that the dress is overall. But then again, that performance that she did at the end, if that's what you wanna call it, was overwrought and all the writhing and the laying on and the floor and the this and that, and just a whole lot of, so yeah, so this dress just gives me, bad Easter movie, and, Jean Paul Gaultier, haute couture, I know, big fashion house, all of that, but uh, just didn't do it for me. It's giving, western curtains. Poppy, it's not so much that there's too many things going on, it's just a lot, and I know it's shaky and, maybe it's in the hair. I don't hate the dress, because, again, I get what's supposed to be going on. She's Poppy, but, and that's Simone Roca. Layla Hathaway. Why? Why? I don't even know what to say other than Layla Hathaway. This was a hot toe up mess. Wherever she got it from, whoever did this to her, and this is somebody where everybody in your life dismiss them. Anybody who was involved in allowing this to be you, dismiss them. Now, all that being said, 'cause, that's just me, that's just Johnda. All that being said, in every picture I saw her in, she looked like she was having a ball. So while I cannot stand this shredded up car wash thing that she is wearing, um, she loved it. You can tell when someone loves what they're wearing. I mean, not just in their pose, in their walk. I mean, everything. She's swinging around. She's this and that. I mean, she was getting her full supermodel moment. Um, so God bless her for loving it, but girl, I mean, there's no accounting for taste. And finally, not a singer, but she likes a red carpet. We have Chriselle Stouts. Stouts, whatever. From Selling Sunset, and currently she is on Traders. She is in Tamara Ralph Couture. This is this is absolutely unequivocally awful. Nothing about this is great. First of all, the top literally looks like any number of Maidenform bras or any other brand, JCPenney's or whomever, that any number of us have bought over the years to go under our strapless dresses before, we could afford one that had good boning and it came lined to hold itself up. It doesn't even look she wears better stuff, although still over the top considering that it's work on Selling Sunset. The pants, I mean, who even wears those anymore? Like, are you serious right now? Pants with the skirt connected just a miss, and quite frankly, even if they disconnected the skirt, I'm not entirely sure it would be better. I mean, was this what she wore when she got married? I don't know, but everything about this was bad. The hair, maybe this was last minute, because even her hair isn't done. She usually, have extensions or they'll do all kinds of, especially on some they really go all out on the hair. But yeah, this was just a mess. Fail. So, actually, oh yeah, there's a few more. I'm sorry. Lady Gaga, we know that this was awful, and because this is a section about, a few items, this entire album should be deleted. Now this is my last one. I knew there was somebody. Norah Jones in Earnest. I am so angry with her with this outfit that I don't do. In fact, not only is she getting take some of it off, but despite some of the mini looks we didn't like, I'm gonna fail her. We loved her song. She's like the queen of Starbucks and every other place, Barnes& and Noble, whatever. Don't know why I did. I don't know why you wore this. This is awful. I waited till I saw the sun. Nobody should have waited for this. You should have waited. She falls into the everybody hates you so much going to make other people. This is awful. People in your life do not like you. And then to accessorize it as if it's better with the belt, it was and who is in earnest? You honestly do not like people if you think that they should wear this stuff. Shoes, the hair, take it off, and I'm gonna have to give her worst dressed woman, despite the fact that there are many who come very, very close to that. So we are to our top fails. So this is gonna be our top fail. We just even can't even. My top top on absolute hail across the board. You guessed it, Doechii. I mean, what's not to like? What's not to like? She just did the damn thing. She just really did. Um, my best, I am going to give an honorable mention to Willow Smith, and of course, Cardi B. And she gets more than honorable mention. She's like number two. So they're like my top three. My men, instead of making you all wait while I find them, but my men who are going to be at the top again, you may or may not agree, but our host extraordinaire with his super handsome self, if I can find him. Oh God, no, it's not. Lord. Okay. Okay. Best couple, Chrissy and John. That was an easy one. Uh, Chrissy and John. Chrissy also is among the ranks with the top. It was just fantastic. Like nothing to hate there. And then for the men, top honors, Trevor Noah doesn't. Yes, I know it wasn't like all outlandish or anything, but when you're good, you're just good. And my second with an honorable mention, Jaden Smith, barring the box on his head, which I gave a pass on, this suit was everything to me. So those are uh, my top people. Bottom fails, and those are all hails. Bottom fails, as you know, we will have to go with Nora Jones for the women and Ricky Dillon for the men. Was that was just outrageous. In fact, it's almost not fair to give it to him because it was just so ridiculous, but it is what it is. So that is the wrap up for you guys. So just stay tuned because a lot more stuff is coming up, the serious and the fun. You are going to get it all starting this weekend. This is kicking us off, and we're just going to keep this train rolling. So I am really excited. As far as the fashion, it looks like the next time you see us with the fashion will be Golden Globes, and we've already missed, will be the SAGs and, of course, the Oscars. So those are the next two big fashion moments. Critics' Choice sometimes. I usually just see if there's anything that stands to me. But if not, then the big ones, obviously, the SAG Awards and the Oscars. Like I said, we're going to talk about Married at First Sight Australia, and then we're going to catch up on all our legal stuff because there is a lot, and it is moving quickly. I have been watching the ASAP Rocky trial. I have been keeping track of what's been going on in the Sean Combs case. The Wendy Williams situation is heating up in a rather bizarre way. Of course, we still have to circle back to Karen Huger since that hasn't totally ended. We can, there's still stuff to talk about there. And then also, we're going to be talking about cases that are going on in the real world in real time so that we can actually really have discussions about things we want to know about and the law and politics. You know, I'm a politics girl. That hasn't gone away at all. And Lord knows we have a lot to go on there. We're going to also, we have a show that's coming. I've already started working on it. That's going to be doing breakdowns of these many executive orders, so many to catch up on that obviously there'll just be a separate executive order series. So just stay tuned, lots and lots coming up. And but I enjoyed doing this kickoff with the Grammys because at least for those who started out on this journey with me on Facebook 10 years ago, that is where it all began. So thank you all for hanging with your girl tonight. Had a whole lot of fun. You know I love fashion over here, so this was right up my alley. And going to head out and just like, comment, and subscribe because so much more is coming up with the serious and the not so serious. It's your girl just saying goodnight. And remember, if you're thinking about it, you want to talk about it, chances are I want to think about it and talk about it too. So let's be honest again.